Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm going to bring you two cards made with, well, the theme for the blog hop that I made these for was favourite bundle. And I can never choose a favourite bundle. So I just went with my newest bundle, which was these. So the Colour and Contour stamp set and the Scalloped Contours dies. So that's what I chose to roll with. I ended up with two cards, and these are the ones that were on the blog hop. And so I'm going to make them again for the video, but change the colour up. This was a single piece that went like that I stamped. So it's like a 2-for-1 card sort of thing. So a little bit of simple stamping and then jizzing it up with ribbons and stuff. Now I chose, this is Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather, because I had this beautiful ribbon, Highland Heather, and then some Gorgeous Grape, and so I kind of wanted that effect. So when I was thinking about changing the colour up, I thought, what have I got that's two similar colours or the same colours, that's got a thick ribbon and a thin ribbon? And so I have got these two in Pale Papaya. So that was what dictated the colour of this, so that I can use that in place of that and this lovely ribbon in place of that. So those are the colours we're going for. So I stamped in Gorgeous Grape and then infilled in Highland Heather. I'm just going to use Pale Papaya for this, and I'm going to stick with Soft Succulent as the leaf because, well, it's an in colour, so we know they go nicely together. And this little strip of DSP, so that one's got a Highland Heather on Gorgeous Grape, and this is Gorgeous Grape on Highland Heather, but we're just going to do Pale Papaya, and it's from the Colour Family stacks. So we have these 6x6 DSP packs in all the colour families and the in colours. So there's this, I've got them all apart from this, the other in colours. I didn't get those. I just got the new ones because I love them, and I didn't think I'd use the other ones as much. Tend to kind of fall by the way for me when the new in colours come in, especially when they're so beautiful, although I can see me using these next year. So what have I got? So I've got a thick basic white card bases, got my normal matte size in Pale Papaya, and then I cut just 3/4 of an inch strip, but then it's the width of my next normal card size. All the measurements will be on my blog. Got a scrap there for the sentiment and die cut there, and then this is for these bases here. So we'll get all of the stamping done now. So I have mounted everything up. The only die we're going to use that die there for the sentiment, and we're going to use this beautiful scalloped edge. So I've mounted all my stamps up ready. So first thing what we need to do is to do the sort of the flower, and I kind of went in that way. I've done things like this before. I've done the full cross on a piece of A4 as well, as like a one sheet wonder, but we're just going to do two cards in this. So I'm going to get the Pale Papaya, and I'm going to stamp the outsides first. So I just kind of went down the center of the sheet and then started working my way out. Like so. Oh, that one's not stamped that well. Not bothered. And then I'm going to do a bit up there and a bit down there. I might even come in a bit, just to be a bit different. So that's that. Now what I want to see is how this stamps on top. And whether or not I want to stamp off. So it goes like that, or I stamp off. Yeah, I'm going to stamp off, and then I get that sort of similar effect, which is what I liked on here. So I'm going to do that. Now, there is a way of sort of lining these up. So if you have a look on here, you've got like 2 petals here that are like joined together, and on your stamp set, that's it there. And then you've got this sort of wide V there, sort of next to it, and that's how I line them up. So match that with that. This is quite difficult when I'm not standing all the way over it. There we go. I mean, it really doesn't matter, to be fair, if you're not completely lined up, because it's that sort of stamp. Such a pretty colour, this. I wasn't sure I'd like it because I'm not a fan of orange in particular. I didn't like Grapefruit Grove, and I thought, oh, it's going to be like Grapefruit Grove, but it's not. It's much softer, and I really like it. And I have used it quite a bit recently. I'm not really sure now because I can only see partial of it. I'm not sure how to line this up, so I'm just going to do it any old way. I didn't stamp off, just to show that it doesn't matter too much when you're lining them up. There we go, so that's them. So now I'm going to come in with some soft succulents and put some leaves next to these flowers. So I do love creating sort of one sheet wonders like this. And you get a different result every time. Which I like. So now we're going to just cut it in half. So this is actually half a sheet, and I want to cut it down to a card mat size, but we're going to cut it in half first. Like so. So now I can make some decisions about where I want it to go. So I want to go to my second mat, which is 3 5/8. So I think I'm going to lob that bit off the top there. Didn't actually want to do that, just remembered that I didn't actually want to do that. Never mind, it's not going to be a disaster. There we go, so that's one card mat. So I'm going to cut it to my second card mat to allow for the trimming with the die. That's what I meant to do. So I meant to cut it to 3 7/8. So I've got a bit more room to play with. So I'm gonna quite like that. If I cut down there, I'll lose most of that. So I'm gonna cut it off there. There. So that's our mat, and we're going to take the bottom off with this scalloped die. Love that. Probably the main reason why I bought this set was this. So I take that off there, let me just, because I want it to go to that'll take that bottom off like that. That'll be quite nice. And then this one, it's actually going to cut away a little bit more than I actually want it to. So I'm just going to rest it right on the edge there. Actually thinking about it, no, I'm wrong. I did want it cut that way so that I can see maximum of that. I will trim a bit more off. Ignore what I said. It's because I make these and then they sit on my desk for ages, and I think, oh, I need to film it for a tutorial, and I kind of forget then what I'm doing. So yeah, cut that to the mat size, and then I get to see a bit more of the DSP underneath. Berksville. So that's going to go underneath, so that when that scallops off, you'll be able to see some of that underneath. So then it's just a matter of deciding which orientation, but I don't know just yet. So I'm going to get that die cut, and I may as well stamp this sentiment. You're absolutely fabulous. No, you're absolutely amazing. Get that stamped and die cut at the same time. I'm going to go in the middle there, and then that die cuts out wonderfully. Okay, so I'm going to get them all cut. So there they are, scalloped, cut out. And on this one I did it so that one would be probably this one, and that one would be that one. But, and then that sentiment, I decided to go with a different sentiment. But then I sat and thought, actually, I'm not sure if that wouldn't look better, and I can put it on the other side and have the bow on that side, and maybe have that upside down and have that up there, thinking that might look a bit better. So you can sort of change it round depending on where the stamping sort of ends up being. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do on this one. So that's going to be like that. So this one I want to stamp on there. Haven't stamped this before, so I'm just bring my scrap in. Yep, that works. Yep, that's nice. And now we can start putting it together with the ribbon. So this one's got thick ribbon all the way across, but I want it to tie on that side. So, oh, I don't know if you can hear that. My neighbour's doing some sort of DIY. So there's a rather loud noise going on. Don't know if that is coming out on the video. Right, so I'm going to turn it over. Got some fast fuse just to stick that to. I do eyeball it better than there we go. And then this is where I need my silicone mat because it's got sticky on the back. So that's going to go on there like so. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and tie it around this side. And then we'll put some glue dots. So I pull the knot at 90 degrees to where I want the knot to lay, and which is the other way. There we go. That's my little knots. Bit of glue dot to hold them down. I am going to pop this up on dimensionals, but the dimensionals will go on the ribbon and it's sort of like bouncing about, so it needs to be anchored down. So I like to put a bit of glue dot underneath there. And that can go on top. So let's glue that down to the card. So what I like to do is stick this down first. So a bit of Tombow around the edges of that scalloped. On the top of this. And then we should have to stick this down. Straight. Yeah, that looks about straight to me. So I just thought it added a little bit of extra interest to the card, having that little bit of DSP poking out. I was going for simple stamping, and then I just ended up adding loads to it. Oh, it did need to go up there a little bit, but it's stuck now. It's stuck. Oh, it needs to go over there as well. Do you know? This is why I stick it down to the topper before I stick it on the card base, because if it ended up needing to start again, at least I've still got that. I haven't wasted everything. So I do think it's such a soft, lovely, delicate colour. If this noise is coming out on the video, I'm going to have to do a voiceover. But I'm carrying on. So now I'm just going to pop this up on dimensionals. It's now stuck to my finger. So there we go. So there's that one and that one. And then this one sticking together in the same way as we did the last one. Oh, I know how I did it last time so that I didn't have that problem to deal with. I stuck this on the card base first. I knew I didn't have that issue before. I'll stick that at the top. So I stuck this down. That way I knew I was straight. And then I just tied a bow on this one. I'm going to stick it on here first, unless I decide to do a different sort of bow. I just tied one and put it on the side. Now I'm thinking that I might stick one there where there's a lot of green going on. I'm going to have to wash my hands. Typically stopped grinding now. There we are, that's better. And watch him start again now. He was quiet the whole time I was washing my hands. I didn't do it very well. I just did it with hand sanitizer. That usually takes the sticky away. So a little boo. Love this ribbon. All 5 colours. It's just so lovely to work with. I can't tell you how long it took me to tie that. Spent ages on it. Yeah, I think that looks nice there. Finishes it off nicely. So again, I use a glue dot. Stick that down. Then I'm thinking I need it over a bit. Too late, Jez, too late. There we go. And you could have done an entire sheet of cardstock and created 4 cards. But this time I just did it creating 2. There we go. So that's it. I just went for a different sentiment than the thank you for everything. I decided to go for the you're absolutely amazing. Stick with that, but there. So hope you like that. Hope you give it a go. Hope you like and subscribe my channel, and if you wish to buy anything, I've got links to my shop down below. Do use my shop host code, and then I can send you a thank you gift with some free product. I always send thank you gifts anyway to my customers, but if you use my host code you get some free product as well. So I will link to the original blog hop as well in the blog post to go with this, so you can check out what everybody else's favourite bundle is. Yeah, see you again soon. Bye for now.